Everyone wanted to date her in the 70s. This is her today. From dominating Billboard charts and selling out movie theaters to inspiring a movement of liberation, these iconic women of the 70s stand as beacons in pop culture. Their posters can still be found adorning bedroom walls everywhere, alongside vintage movie theaters and museums across the globe. How have they held up over time? Join us on an exciting journey back to their 70s heydays. Rochelle Welch, Beyond the Cleavage. In 1966, Rochelle Welch propelled to fame after appearing in the movie 1,000,000 Years BC, wearing a deerskin bikini and having only 3 lines of dialogue. Her iconic poster images made her an instant sex symbol in the US. In 1974, she was part of the Three Musketeers cast and successfully transitioned into roles that were less focused on her appearance alone. During the 1990s, Playboy included Rochelle at number 3 in their list of 100 sexiest stars of the 20th century, which is quite remarkable as she's still going strong even today. If you'd like to learn more about this celestial career journey, consider reading her autobiography, Rochelle, Beyond the Cleavage. Candice Bergen, I Live to Eat Now. Candice was a renowned model in the 60s and 70s, gracing the covers of hugely popular magazines such as Vogue. As she moved into her time in the 80s and beyond, Candice further built out her success by becoming an accomplished actor whose roles usually consisted of playing wealthy, overbearing mother figures. Aside from these remarkable feats throughout her long-lasting career, Candice is also fluent in French and loves food. While many struggle to remain thin for their profession or otherwise, Candice has slowly grown fondness towards delicious dishes with every passing day. Jane Seymour is still gorgeous as ever. Jane catapulted to fame in 1973 when she was cast as a Bond girl in the movie Live and Let Die. Since then, Jane has continued her acting career while also becoming an author, writing 4 books, and collaborating on a series of children's books with former spouse James Keach. Moreover, Jane is actively involved in charity work. She serves as celebrity ambassador for Child Help, an organization committed to saving kids who have been victims of neglect or abuse. Goldie Hawn looks amazing for 72. In the 1970s, Goldie Hawn illuminated the silver screen in 9 films and earned an Academy Award, as well as a Golden Globe for Best Supporting Role in 1969's Cactus Flower, initiating her rise to fame. Throughout the next 2 decades, she worked on multiple movies and served as executive producer of several projects during the early 2000s. An interesting tidbit is that in 2003, Miss Hawn established the Hawn Foundation, which provides educational programs designed to aid students who struggle academically due to poverty or similar conditions. The Foxy Pam Grier. Pam's iconic status was secured with her 8 films in the 1970s, particularly Foxy Brown. Her acting career flourished through 2000 until she made a detour from film to follow other passions. Did you know that in 2011, Pam completed not 1, but 2 doctorate programs and also established the Pam Grier Community Garden and Education Center? Now that's what we call going Foxy. Cher, the original boho. Time stands still for Cher. Nearly 50 years after the premiere of the Sonny and Cher Comedy Hour, she continues to be an absolute goddess. Her music career is unmatched, and her solo albums still have made it on Billboard's Hot 100 multiple times. Even now in her 70s, she shows no signs of slowing down. She actively tours with a style that never fades away and remains politically engaged as a keynote speaker at numerous LGBT rallies. Bo Derek and that famous poster. Bo Derek's breakthrough to stardom was with the 1979 film 10, and she soon became a sultry American symbol. To this day, her series of posters featuring her in a swimsuit with braided hair is still selling. Bo Derek's acting career stayed successful until the early 2000s, as well as her sexual charm. What some don't know is that she also advocates for disabled veterans and acts as National Honorary Chairperson for Veterans Affairs National Rehabilitation Special Events. Faye Dunaway, I'm Kind of a Loner. In the 1960s, Faye began her career on Broadway and soon made a successful transition to the silver screen. According to Faye herself, it was 1967's blockbuster hit Bonnie and Clyde that established her in Hollywood. Throughout the 70s, she starred in 10 other movies, which earned many accolades for their excellence, including multiple award wins throughout her long-standing career. Even recently, at the 89th Academy Awards, with Warren Beatty reviving their iconic Bonnie and Clyde roles for one night only, she's still actively pursuing projects, 2 of which are set to be released this year. Her dedication has been unwavering since day one, as evidenced by an interview where she stated, "Some people like romantic partners, but I'd rather be alone and work." Erin Gray was worth it. At the tender age of 15, Erin blazed her way onto the modeling scene and in a few short years became one of America's most sought-after television models. Her work with L'Oreal and Bloomingdale's quickly solidified her position as an industry leader. Unsurprisingly, she soon made the transition to acting, where she enjoyed decades upon decades of success, starring in films and on TV shows. Stevie Nicks, the queen of rock and roll. In 1975, Stevie joined Fleetwood Mac and helped propel the band to succeed commercially, selling a staggering 40 million copies. Her incomparable vocal style ignited her solo career into full swing. In no time at all, Belladonna had gone platinum under 3 months after its initial release. Consequently, she released 8 more acclaimed albums over the years, culminating with 24 Karat Gold, Songs from the Vault in 2014. After touring until 2016 without missing a beat along her journey of stardom, now in 2017, Stevie was already at hard work on new projects for our entertainment pleasure. Our angel, Jaclyn Smith. Jaclyn Smith rose to fame as one of Charlie's Angels in 1976 and has since accomplished a noteworthy career, for the most part featuring on television movies and shows instead of movies and theaters. Following several years away from the screen, she was cast in both CSI, Crime Scene Investigation, and Law & Order, Special Victims Unit. Additionally, Jaclyn is an entrepreneur who initiated her own apparel range with Kmart during the late 1980s, plus a wig line 8 years ago. Not only that, but she also inspired countless celebrities to pursue their own brand names rather than endorsing someone else's. Sweet, Sweet Sally. In 1973 to 1974, Sally Field made her debut in the show The Girl with Something Extra, then catapulted into superstardom with an Academy Award for Best Actress through Norma Rae in 1979. Her success continued to skyrocket throughout the 90s and early 2000s. In 2014, she was honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Over recent years, Sally has been one of many strong female advocates speaking up for women's rights, ultimately sitting on Vital Voices Global Partnerships Board, a renowned non-governmental organization focusing solely on international women's advocacy. Dolly Parton is immortal. Since the 1960s, Dolly Parton has taken the music industry by storm with an array of musical genres from country to pop and bluegrass. However, it wasn't until her iconic song Jolene hit the charts in the 1970s that she truly rose to fame. This timeless tune is still covered and loved endlessly today, making waves even when re-released on tour during 2016. Last year saw Dolly take another giant step forward into stardom as a guest star on The Voice alongside Pentatonix for a breathtaking performance of Jolene. Diane Keaton's long, successful film career. Diane's career skyrocketed when she was cast in The Godfather and starred alongside Woody Allen. With her 4th film, Annie Hall, Diane won the Oscar for Best Actress, certainly not her last award. Nowadays, you can still see Diane featured in some Hollywood's most iconic films. She's also a mother to 2 adopted children and has claimed that being a parent is the greatest honor life could offer. Sybil Shepherd, a godless worshiper. As a teenager, Sybil Shepherd graced the cover of Glamour magazine, which eventually led to her debut movie role in The Last Picture Show. The talented actress then went on to have several iconic roles through the 70s and 80s. What makes this star even more fascinating is that she self-identifies as an amalgamation of many religious beliefs, goddess-worshipping Christian, pagan, Buddhist. Barbie Benton, from Playboy to show business and music. At age 18, Barbie Benton graced the stage of Playboy After Dark as co-host and was featured on the cover of Playboy magazine a total of 4 times throughout her successful modeling career. Her relationship with Hugh Hefner lasted several years, like many other women who were romantically linked to him. She achieved Billboard success in 1975, peaking at number 5 on their charts, and also appeared in multiple films and television shows during the 1970s and 1980s. Katherine Bach, the original Daisy Duke. Born Katherine Bachman, the iconic Katherine Bach became a household name after landing her role as Daisy Duke on The Dukes of Hazzard. With so much popularity surrounding this character, it's no surprise that she was able to have her legs insured for an incredible $1 million throughout filming. Additionally, a show poster featuring her sold 5 million copies. What may be more surprising is that the classic cut-off denim shorts were actually Christopher's idea during their audition. In fact, she was even hired immediately afterwards. Farrah Fawcett, one of Charlie's Angels. Achieving a level of worldwide fame, Farrah Fawcett became renowned for her iconic poster and later on in life earned 4 Emmy Award nominations and 6 Golden Globe nominations. Her role as one of the angels on Charlie's Angels elevated her to superstar status that would stay with her throughout an expansive acting career spanning decades into the future. Debbie Harry of Blondie fame. Debbie Harry has advanced the punk music scene with her trailblazing contributions to Blondie. As lead singer, she gained international recognition and success in both film and television acting roles. Additionally, throughout the last 2 decades, she's collaborated on numerous projects while continuing to record 4 albums as part of Blondie, making her an enduring icon of pop culture today. Suzanne Summers of Three's Company. Renowned for her roles on Three's Company and Step by Step, Suzanne Summers has also left a lasting impression with her selection of best-selling self-help books, 2 autobiographies, 4 diet books, and a compilation of poetry. At the turn of the decade in the 80s, she reinvented herself as an entertainer in Las Vegas before becoming renowned worldwide as the face and body behind Thighmaster ads in the early 90s. Melissa Sue Anderson, From the Prairie to Canada. Melissa Sue Anderson's role as Mary Ingalls in The Little House on the Prairie gained her an Emmy nomination and undying fame. Surprising fans, Melissa Sue relocated to Canada permanently in 2007, where she chose to retire from acting, except for a brief appearance in the 2016 hit movie The Brits Are Coming. Her character, alongside Michael Landon and Karen Grassel, was singularly honored amongst all those on the show. Mary Tyler Moore, of course. From the 1970s to 1977, Mary Tyler Moore Show wooed viewers with its cutting wit and pioneering lead actress. It's no surprise that this exemplary show racked up an astonishing 29 Emmy Awards in merely 7 years. This show is indisputably a landmark program as one of the most adored shows ever televised, all thanks to its endearing protagonist and remarkable scriptwriting. Bad Girl Donna Summer. We owe an immense amount of gratitude to Donna for the iconic disco music we're also fond of. She's won 5 prestigious Grammy Awards and became the first artist in history to have 3 consecutive double albums reach #1 on the U.S. Billboard 200 chart, a remarkable achievement. As one of top-selling artists ever, it's hard not to be impressed by her work. Hot stuff indeed. Greaser and singer Olivia Newton-John. This world-renowned singer, songwriter, and actress has won an astonishing 4 Grammy Awards and sold around 100 million records globally. She's famous for her role in Grease. Its soundtrack holds the title of one of the most successful music albums combined with a motion picture ever. Even today, she continues to tour worldwide while making appearances as a guest judge on RuPaul's Drag Race. Sigourney Weaver, Sci-Fi Queen. Sigourney Weaver is a titan of science fiction film history, and her contributions are staggering. From Alien in 1979 to Ghostbusters, Avatar, and even Woody Allen's 1977 comedy Annie Hall, her first role ever, Sigourney's work has been groundbreaking. Moreover, with an impressive Wikipedia entry that reads like a novel in length due to its sheer number of movies, television shows, and theater performances she's starred in throughout her illustrious career, it goes without saying that Sigourney is one of Hollywood's biggest icons. The start of Meryl Streep's long, successful career. The 1970s marked the start of Meryl Streep's remarkable acting career, one that's earned her well-deserved recognition as the best actress of her generation. She currently holds a record for being nominated for an impressive 20 Academy Awards and 30 Golden Globe Awards, more than any other actor in history. Her much-deserved Hollywood Walk of Fame star verifies this legacy. And the same for Jessica Lange. In the 1970s, Jessica Lange achieved success in her first roles and even surpassed other acclaimed actresses like Goldie Hawn and Meryl Streep to land a role in King Kong. Her acting career only further flourished over the decades as she starred in several films, with her most recent being American Horror Story, for which she was not discovered by producers. In addition to this, Jessica has also shared collections of photographs that were taken from her own perspective. Kim Basinger, more than one of Prince's girlfriends. Besides being one of Prince's girlfriends, Kim Basinger also had an impressive modeling career during the 1970s. In 1975, she took a leap into her acting journey and was cast in made-for-television films before joining Batman's crew at the end of 1980s. Moreover, besides filmography credits, she released a studio album produced by the late singer along with 2 EPs under his direction. Jane Fonda, actress and fitness queen. Jane Fonda's career skyrocketed in the 60s, but she didn't stop there. She kept her star quality alive throughout the 70s, starring in several award-winning films, such as Fun with Dick and Jane, Clute, Tout the Bean, and California Suite. Her influence extended even further when she released a highly successful exercise video in 1982, which went on to sell 17 million copies. Additionally, with various follow-up workout tapes available for sale too. It's safe to say that Jane Fonda is one of Hollywood's biggest success stories of all time. Joanie Mitchell, singer and songwriter. With anthems of the 70s under her belt, Joanie Mitchell dominated the folk music scene not just as a singer and songwriter, but also conjuring up romances with some of the era's most renowned musicians, James Taylor, Jackson Browne, to name a few. A Canadian native born into challenging circumstances, overcoming polio as a child, and giving birth to one at 21 who was given up for adoption, she managed to pave quite a career in music history. Tammy Wynette of 70s country music fame. During the 70s, Tammy dominated the country music scene and became one of its most successful artists. She earned 4 Female Vocalist Awards at the CMAs while delivering countless #1 hits to fans. Unfortunately, her untimely death in 1998 was attributed to a painkiller addiction and health complications. Dusty Springfield's mythic voice. With her pitch-perfect renditions of classic soul tracks from the late 60s and 70s, Dusty quickly caught the attention of fans and critics alike. However, as speculation grew around her sexuality and private life, she found solace in a secluded existence away from prying eyes. Dancing Queen Agnetha Faltskog. Ever heard of the iconic pop band ABBA? Well, did you know that the A in their name is for Agnetha, one of the group's singers? After claiming a 1974 Eurovision win with their hit song Waterloo, they skyrocketed to international fame and quickly became chart toppers. ABBA has continued to be an influential presence in music up until this very day. Broadway superstar Bernadette Peters. Bernadette shone on Broadway in the 1970s, starring in 2 classics, On the Town and Mac and Mabel. She then made her way to Hollywood movies, appearing alongside Steve Martin in Mel Brooks' Silent Movie and The Jerk a few years later. Furthermore, she's released 6 solo albums, plus several individual songs as well. Charro, who personified the 70s. Charro catapulted onto the American television scene by appearing on The Today Show and eventually found her way to Las Vegas, where she became a headliner alongside some of the music's most legendary figures, including Sinatra, Dean Martin, and Ray Charles. She also showcased her incredible talent on various projects during this time, such as Donnie and Marie and the spin-off of The Brady Bunch. Anne Margaret of Bye Bye Birdie. Anne Margaret's career skyrocketed with the 1963 release of Bye Bye Birdie, subsequently appearing on numerous talk shows during the 70s decade to showcase her musical and dance talents. Anne Margaret earned several Golden Globe Awards while being nominated for many more, as she simultaneously starred in movies and gave live performances. Chart-topping songstress Helen Ready. As the feminist movement began to gain momentum in the early 1970s, Helen Ready launched her music career, which quickly gained traction. Her signature song, "I Am Woman," became a smashing success throughout North America, and soon enough she had sold over 25 million albums globally. Michelle Pfeiffer. "I Played Bimbos to Cash In." Throughout the 1970s, Michelle accepted various parts that emphasized her physical appearance. However, it wasn't until 1980 when she received a starring role in Grease 2 did her acting career truly take off. Throughout the following 2 decades till early 2000s, Michelle featured in 19 films and has remained active on screen until today. Outside of acting, however, Michelle is also very passionate about ensuring children's health by speaking out against dangerous food items and beauty products, which she makes sure to prioritize as part of her mission for a more sustainable world. The one and only Barbra Streisand. Hailing from Brooklyn, Barbra has had one of the most triumphant and acclaimed careers in show business. She flourished during the 60s with music, before ushering in a new decade when she transitioned to film. Throughout her career, Barbara's amassed numerous awards such as 2 Academy Awards, 8 Grammys, and 5 Emmys, thus cementing herself among some of entertainment's greatest icons. The Queen of Las Vegas, Lola Fana. Thanks to her leading role in Sammy Davis Jr.'s Golden Boy on Broadway during the 1960s, Lola quickly catapulted into stardom. She went on to star in Italian films as well as American variety shows and movies. In fact, Sammy Davis himself brought her to Las Vegas, where she put on numerous sold-out performances, becoming the highest-paid female entertainer of that city. Chris Evert with the Grand Slam. At only 16 years old, Chris Evert made a huge splash at the 1971 U.S. Open and then went on to dominate tennis from 1974 to 1981 as the highest-ranked woman in her sport. In scarcely any time at all, she had taken home Grand Slam trophies from both Wimbledon and French Open. Even before that incredible accomplishment, though, she was already signed with Calvin Klein for their sports line of clothing, an amazing feat considering her young age. Morgan Fairchild, another iconic blonde. Growing up in Texas, Patsy Ann McClenny was destined for stardom. Her breakthrough came with her starring role in the 70s soap opera Search for Tomorrow and other television shows that propelled her to fame. In the 80s, she went even further by taking roles that ultimately defined her career as an entertainer. Beautifully brilliant Carrie Fisher. Carrie Fisher was not only a renowned Star Wars actress, but also an inspirational figure in the fight for women's rights. She dedicated countless hours to support those struggling with mental health and addiction, making crucial progress toward abolishing its stigmas from society. The world wept when Carrie tragically passed away in December of 2016. The sorrow was further magnified 4 days later as her mother sadly followed suit. Linda Ronstadt's fantastic voice. Take a moment to listen to Linda's 1975 cover of You're No Good. It will open your eyes and ears to the magical power she has had over rock music. With her incredible attitude, fiery voice, and chart-topping hits, it's no surprise that this bold female musician received dozens of Grammy Awards. Moren McCormick, aka Marsha. We've all come to know and love Moren McCormick as Marsha Brady from the Brady Bunch. After the show ended in 1974, she joined forces with her family once more for various spin-offs of their beloved series until 1988's A Very Brady Christmas. For the next 2 decades, Moren was featured on shows like VH1 and CMT that focused around her fame from the Bradys. In 2008, she released Here's the Story, Surviving Marsha Brady and Finding My True Voice, a stunning autobiography which claimed number 4 on the New York Times bestseller list. To top it off, last season saw Moren competing in Dancing with the Stars, where she made an impressive 8th place finish. Linda Carter, Woman of Wonder. In 1972, the lovely Linda Carter was crowned Miss World America, and 2 years later, she absolutely captivated audiences as Wonder Woman. Now, in 2017, with the relaunch of this beloved superhero franchise churning up excitement for a new generation of young women everywhere, Miss Carter's being recognized once again, most recently playing U.S. President Olivia Marsden on Supergirl. After watching the movie premiere herself, she tweeted, "What a wonderful movie! Gal Gadot is fabulous as Wonder Woman, and the movie premiere was amazing. It's totally awesome to see such an iconic figure still influencing today's world at age 66. Susan Dey, still impressive to this day. At the tender age of 17, Susan Dey became a household name during her role in The Partridge Family. She then made multiple appearances on various television series and movies before retiring from Hollywood in 1990 to focus on charitable causes. As an interesting point of trivia, she is the only original cast member who has never participated in any reunion or special episode.